Hello YouTube, my name's Nero and today we have some Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Brand new trailer has come out for Exo Zombies. Now what we usually do with these breakdown videos is here at the very beginning of the video, I'll show you the trailer in its entirety, of course, to let you know how you can skip it and where to go forward to the breakdown. But you guys can watch it if you guys haven't seen already, or watch it one more time before we start doing the breakdown, just in case you guys would like to do that. Then after the trailer is over, we're actually going to be pointing out some things I saw in the trailer. I'll see you guys on the other side.
When Atlas dropped the bomb, they hoped it would finish the war. Instead, it unleashed a freak show like no one's ever seen.
What the hell?
Get me security.
This is a code for re-evacuation. Remember the drill.
More my speed.
You still hungry?
Want some more?
Damn, dirty zombies!
Holy shit!
I fucking hate the Atlas Corporation.
So that was quite the trailer indeed. Now let's go point out some stuff. There isn't a whole lot, honestly, to this trailer that I really saw that was different than what we saw from the prior trailer where we got to see a little bit about Exo Zombies. But there is some stuff I saw and I want to point out to you guys. Let's go ahead and check this out right quick. Look at this big fella right here. Alright, so he's running around, he's all covered in electricity and whatnot. And when he hits you, you lose your freaking exosuit for a little bit. So basically, we have EMP zombies running around. And when they explode on you, we're going to be able to lose our HUD and stuff like that. And zombies, which sounds like a ton of fun, not really, but still, that's going to be something they're adding. I actually saw a couple things throughout the trailer. It looks like these zombies are going to have different kinds of elements to them. Sometimes you see, it looks like they're green, sometimes it looks like they're on fire, sometimes it looks like they're electrocuted. You really don't know with these zombies. So that's actually definitely kind of cool in my opinion. Next up, I want to point out the Hellhounds. Of course, there's the Hellhounds that we saw in this. We didn't see this in any other trailer, I don't believe, but yes, there are going to be dogs running around. I'm wondering how they're going to do this. Of course, there's different ways they can implement Hellhounds in the Call of Duty Zombies. You think what they did with Treyarch, like the very first zombie map that had dogs in it was actually Shinonuma, I believe, in World of War, and they had like their own dedicated dog round, whereas other zombie maps, basically the dogs would come in with the zombies. So you really don't know. If I had to guess, I'm going to say we're going to actually be seeing these guys running around with the zombies just from the stuff that we've seen here from this trailer. But yeah, there's going to be Hellhounds included, which I'm not a big fan of them, honestly, but they're definitely going to be in here regardless. Next up, we see this little machine, which is very confusing to me, and I don't understand a whole lot of things about it. I feel as though this is where you go to upgrade yourself. I feel as though this is where you're going to go to upgrade your exosuit in one way or another. We've seen this in a couple of the trailers. We didn't really understand what it meant, and we saw some things like this over there on the Call of Duty Twitter page when they were trying to do that promotional thing where they pretended like one of these zombie guys hacked into their thing and was controlling it and whatnot. They did a whole promotional bit with that over there on their Twitter, and we got to see some things about this, but I really don't understand too much about it as of right now. But I do feel as though possibly you go there and you upgrade your exosuit, you get some kind of different abilities and whatnot, and it's going to play, I believe, a very integral part here in the Call of Duty Zombies. Speaking of interesting parts, let's go ahead and take a peek at this here, because I've seen a bunch during this trailer, and I wonder if this is something that they did during Exo Survival, and I just didn't realize it, or if this is something that's exclusive to Exo Zombies. So right here, we see the Atlas 45 MK2, and you look at the gun itself, that's a camo that's not in the multiplayer, right? That's a camo that's exclusive that we can see so far to Exo Zombies, so perhaps that is a version, that's a pack-a-punch version of the Atlas 45, and it's called the MK2. That's why I first saw it. That's why I initially thought, I was like, hey, it's called the MK2, maybe that's just the upgraded, like the pack-a-punch version of the Atlas 45. That's pretty interesting. Then you go look at this picture. and you see that there's an Atlas 45 MK8, and this one, of course, is a different camo. It's also got a red dot sight. That reminds me a lot of what they did in Exo Survival, where basically you could upgrade your weapon. Every time you upgrade your weapon, it would change around the camo on your gun. You could also add different attachments depending on what you wanted in Exo Survival. And I was wondering, is this the same thing that we're going to be having here in Call of Duty Zombies? Instead of a quote-unquote pack-a-punch, are we just going to do what we did in Exo Survival, continuously run back to like a box or something like that, or possibly run back all the way to the exosuit machine, and are we going to upgrade our stuff there? Is that what's going to end up happening? I really don't know. We didn't see anything, any form of a pack-a-punch, at least I saw in this video, but we do see a bunch of different weapons. Here's another example of weapons that have this MK. So this is actually the S12 MK11. Now, of course, once again, I feel as though this is something that was in Exo Survival. I really can't remember. I played a bit of Exo Survival, but I can't remember if the guns changed their names depending on how many times you upgrade them. But yeah, we have the S12 MK11, then we, of course, the Atlas 45 examples back there. This one, of course, is a different camo on, and it's got a laser sight on there, as well as it has like that weird holographic red dot sight on there. So you're wondering, is this something that's going to be in the game? Is there going to be any kind of form of a pack-a-punch in this, or are we just going to be upgrading our stuff like we did with Exo Survival? We'll have to see. We'll definitely have to see about that. Right here, we see the box, otherwise known as a 3D printer in this world. So it's actually kind of funny how they did that. And I give them props for that. I like how they end up doing that. So instead of having a quote-unquote mystery box, which randomly gives you weapons, the Atlas Corporation has a 3D printer for militarized weapons. So that's basically what this is. So it's basically a 3D printer. That's like the lore behind it, I guess. And you go here, and it's going to, you know, you assumably will spend points, and it will give you a random gun. It'll also have a chance to give you the brand new elite like wonder weapon shotgun that they talked about in the last trailer. So that's pretty cool. So we do know there's going to be a box, and that's definitely kind of nice. You're not going to be kind of limited or anything like that to specific weapons you find on the wall. You can actually get a bunch of weapons out of the box, and that definitely sounds a whole lot of fun to me. I saw that on the Call of Duty Twitter last night, and it's like, wow, that's actually really clever. Instead of just, for whatever reason, throwing a mystery box on there, they threw out a giant militarized 3D printer, and that's actually how they're getting like their random weapons into their zombie map. And I thought that was really interesting. That was a really clever thing that Sledgehammer Games did. Last but not least, I wanted to talk about the fact that they're actually going to be an outside to this map, and that's what's kind of interesting about this, because we're basically going to be playing in an Atlas Corporation facility, right? I like the idea of that, and I also like the idea that this map, this zombie map, is not going to be anything like any of the multiplayer maps. They're not like just reskinning a multiplayer map and making it, you know, a zombie map, which Treyarch was actually guilty of that a couple times when they first started making zombie maps. If you guys don't remember, Nocturne and Toten, the very first zombie map ever, that was just part of the map Airfield from the multiplayer that they made zombie-like. And then you think of Havoc, the second zombie map ever made, that's just the map Asylum from the multiplayer, except more zombified. So they basically were really kind of lazy with that, and if people were to do that today, there'd be riots and picketing in the street and all that stuff. But it's really cool that what they did with here Sledgehammer and with Exo Zombies, they're basically giving us an entire new area. They're giving us an entire inside building, and it's going to be pretty interesting. And then, of course, from what we've seen from the trailer, there's actually a playable outside to it as well. So one's going to assume that eventually we can get access to be able to go outside, go to these different areas and stuff like that, kind of break off from each other. And I don't know, it seems like it's going to be really interesting. I've told you guys once, I said it again, I am very interested in Exo Zombies. I'm more excited for Exo Zombies than I am the actual multiplayer maps. And the reason for that is I've seen so much DLC in my day, right? I've seen so much Call of Duty DLC that the maps, honestly, if you look at the broad stroke of all the maps of Call of Duty DLC dating back the first time DLC came out in 2007, I gotta say, guys, a lot of it's not very good. A lot of DLC maps don't go down in history as being one of the best maps ever. Of course, some of them do. Like, I think everyone can agree Grind from Black Ops 2 is fantastic, and of course, Fog from Ghost, but very rarely are they amazing. Very rarely are they awesome. Like, oh, that was one of the best maps ever. Very rarely, right? So I'm not super stoked about the multiplayer maps. I'm not saying they're gonna suck. I'm just saying I'm not stoked. What I am stoked for is Exo Zombies. Brand new game mode into the Advanced Warfare scene. I'm excited to see what that's going to be about. Hopefully this will be like a new thing within the Sledgehammer game, so we can start looking forward to it every time a new Sledgehammer game comes out. I'm excited for this. This could be the beginning of that. We'll have to see about that. I hope you guys all enjoyed this breakdown, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel it deserves. And I apologize for it not being as super long and extensive and in-depth as something I would usually do with these trailer breakdowns. Like, you look at the last breakdown I did, that thing was like 20 minutes long. But honestly, though, there's not a whole lot of new stuff that we really saw in here that we didn't already see in the old trailer. So if you guys want to watch the old trailer breakdown, you can do that. There's gonna be a link to it at the end of the video, as well as a link to it in the video description, I guess, if you guys want to watch that. But yeah, there really isn't a ton of brand new stuff. Just gives us some ideas and some stuff that we can point out here in this particular trailer, and that's why I did. Hopefully you guys all found it helpful and informative. Well, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.